If you get a perfect, you have a pretty good chance.
So just a reminder, the Lost Odyssey donation incentives have been met, so the next coming thing is Pokemon White 2. So far, we don't have any names donated towards the Minccino, the rival name, or trainer name, and those are going to get cut off partway through Lost Odyssey so Vulagen can make his backup save properly. So that isn't going to be a thing that you can really try and snipe, so if you want to try and get that, you should be donating for that during the Lost Odyssey run.
Alright, so this is the Knights fight, and it really depends on luck, but either this or Bogimore is the hardest fight in the run. Usually if you're on a really good run, this run will just say no. This fight will just say no and end everything, but hopefully we can just get through it today. This will be the first time we'll be using a power drink, so Kaim's attack is going to be doubled, and he just picked up a new weapon as well, so he's going to be dealing a fair bit of damage in this fight. Again, using the turn order, we can sort of tell ahead of time what attacks are going to be used. And these Knight dudes in the back row have an ability called Rush, and we don't want to see any rushes. We are going to see them because they have like a 50% chance. I didn't equip the Steel Sword, go in it.
Spud, please.
Spud, please. Normally that attack should have one-shotted that guy, or I had a really good chance of one-shotting that guy, but it shouldn't matter because I've got some pretty good luck on, and for the Herculean rings on either. I'm doing really well.
Wow. Double Spud, please.
Yeah. It's a good thing you can equip in battle in this, or I'd be ruined completely. No, you're attacking that. I'm getting all messed up now. So I didn't take too much damage that turn, so I should be okay just to let this go. But I did just get 2 rushes this turn, but it should be okay because I've got shield on everyone now. The first turn is definitely the most important on this fight. And welcome aboard there, Meta. Unfortunately, Jansen's damage range was like just a little bit too small. Okay, that would have been really bad if Kaim got attacked then. There wouldn't have been anything I could do about it, but it still would have been really bad. Meta definitely found the wing.
We promise they're okay, Meta.
So for those of you wondering, Meta sat down on the couch with a big box of wings behind him, and he was looking right at me, and I was pointing to my eyes with 2 fingers, and then making a motion like, behind you, and he was staring at me like a puppy dog trying to understand the most basic thing for oh so long, until finally he figured it out and got this like, joyous look on his face.
What kind are they? Yeah, what kind? Are they like spicy or? Yeah, they all look red to me. Because everybody ate every other. Yeah, I don't think so.
A box of chicken wings just for you.
Yeah, we ate all the ones you probably could enjoy. Yeah, no. Meta don't play that game.
And so here we have what's probably one of the slowest parts of Disc 1 in the speedrun.
I'm gonna do like this little. It kind of plays like a side quest, but it's not. You have to actually do this to progress.
It's a fetch quest.
Yeah. It's not too far off that actually. You gotta pick up a whole bunch of stuff off the ground.
Is this game like this?
Yeah, 4 discs.
4 discs of nothing but awesome.
And what's impressive is
4
Disc
discs of
4.
Odyssey.
Disc 4 is the longest disc, and this game has, was it 4, 5 voice languages?
Yeah, it depends.
6 technically.
It depends on what version you get, because like I have the Australian version and I have like different ones to the European version, and the American version has different again. So
yeah, it has 5 actual voice languages and 1 hidden one. And
What
the hidden
hidden
one's
one?
terrible, trust me. I
but
know.
is that the meta voice language?
No, that's the Meta and Aaron.
And Agora.
Oh yeah, and Agora. Jensen belching his love out to Ming and failing miserably edition.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's just impressive that this game has 4 discs. The 4th one is the longest one, and that one has the ending on it.
Yeah, I have
The
no idea.
45 minutes ending.
You know, there's you know, sort of a lost art in JRPGs these days is, you know, having the world map that you can explore, and this has that, and you can go to the entire world map and explore every area on disc 4, and there's, you know, a 45-minute ending on it, and there's still, like, you know, it's still the longest disc. There's a lot of gameplay on disc 4 as well, and all the side quests and stuff. So I have no idea how they fit it all in there.
Oh, I guess because I didn't mention it. Tolton time!
Yes, it's definitely Tolton time.
Oh man, I totally want to speedrun the fight that's after this.
Speedrun the what?
The fight that's after this one.
You can do it now.
Yes!
Now is it going to involve the enemy somehow guarding a bunch of times? Now
Yes.
that you have the controller?
Yes!
I suppose technically if one of these misses, you have to go back up to attack.
I speedrun the game, I'm fine.
Yeah, we're good.
Yes! See, it's because I took the controller.
You see, usually I get a rubber band to play this part of the game and go take a break. Yeah.
That was co-op now.
Definitely co-op. Oh, it's already been co-op because me and Rocket are playing.
So, how would... That's what? That's...
Is it-
Sprinting?
Sprinty? No, this is
Yeah, no, would it be sprinting?
it'd be like Sprint Rocket or something.
Yeah, that's why I said sprinting. You have Spud, Rocket, and Rinny.
Oh yeah, I suppose the R could be either way. I suppose. But yeah.
I'm not going to touch that controller, or all might, something might happen. Gamble, you might hit like 3 ones in a row with Gamble and not make, and wonder how that's even possible.
Oh, we've determined it's apparently not the console for the gambles.
It isn't.
It's Montana.
Yes!
Yeah. So if you want to speedrun this game, you have to live in Montana. We've decided.
High five, we rock. Okay, that should never happen between 2 Montanans, especially on opposite sides of the state we just did. And it'll never happen again.
You must die now.
Yeah, what he said.
Gee,
So
so much love.
I've sort of just learned sort of recently that I think there might be a damage range in this fight where if you just use the regular attack, Roxanne can actually survive one extra turn than normal. So we'll just keep attacking as per normal. You could do a power hit to make sure it doesn't happen, but I think that attack there he can actually die from based on damage range. Because you don't always see this this bit of dialogue here. So I haven't quite exactly worked out
All right, I'm
what the
going to be
requirements
running
are.
the game for today.
Awesome. Don't worry, there'll be other chances.
You got more important things.
You're going to be speedrunning a lot of Arthrosaurus.
I am?
Yeah,
Why?
because you'll have to hold down A for a while for me.
Why?
Because I'll probably need to go to the bathroom at some point during this run.
Yeah, I see. I thought it was because my gambles were so much better than yours.
No,
Montana.
you don't really gamble that fight unless it goes terribly, terribly wrong.
There is an incredibly low amount of chances to take a break in this game, and I will be. You sort of have to prepare yourself before this run to do this run because. You know, I had to like not have like a huge drink before the start of the run because there's like no breaks until like 3 hours in, and even then it's like 1 minute that you have a break for. So
You just have to have frame perfect
Well,
strat.
technically
exactly.
you can break there. If you,
yeah, exactly.
technically you can break on the Tolton time once you hit the chairman part.
Yeah, that's like my first chance. So that's why I was saying, you know, have the rubber band so I can
Yeah.
just basically
But this
trigger
time you
it.
just
and then,
had a rhythm.
yeah, I just had you.
Also, props to wireless controllers.
It's not.
You could get one of those like, you know, auto A mashing ones as well. But fortunately, you just have to hold it down so you can just, you know, like put something on it or something. I've heard hairbands are really good, but I don't have any of those.
Hairbands are excellent.
Dude, hairbands are so good. And I don't mean rocking out hairbands. I mean hairbands that you put around a controller.
I don't know, those are pretty cool as well.
I know. Metal hairbands.
80s style.
Yes.
I want to know.
All right, so yeah, I think this is the part that Rennie was talking about. This is a pretty slow part of the game. It's just a fetch quest. Basically, we find out that these kids' parent, one remaining parent died, and yeah, yes, and now we're like collecting
Slot
things
seed?
for a funeral. Nah, I'm good.
Okay.
Maybe I'll get it on Kaim just for safety, I suppose.
Say, don't risk it.
Yeah.
Basically, I need to have, at the very least, I need to have, at the end of the game, I need to have all 4 immortals with at least 4 skill slots, and I need one of them to have 5. And I'm pretty sure that the ones that I've picked up already cover all of the ones that I need, but...
You can never be too sure.
yeah, I can never be too sure. There is actually a donation incentive that I pitched.
Wait.
Wait.
Wait, I'm sitting on the couch. I have to fix this. Where's my backpack?
I thought he was going to lose the shirt.
No. The meta rule.
Yeah, I am aware of the meta rule.
I've had some fun with this little fetch quest. There's one that you'll see in a little bit here that he has to pick up that's like behind this little part that only Cook can go into, the character you're controlling right now. And for the longest time, I was trying to do it. We were in a race, actually, this one race. And I just couldn't find that flower.
It doesn't look like you should be able to go through there.
It really doesn't. And she's
it looks like if
can.
Cook could go through there, then it wouldn't take much effort for Kind to duck about 1 foot to get down to that level.
Unfortunately, I'm sitting on the couch, so I have to. It's an ongoing, and I
Here we
have
go.
no choice in this.
I can't
I
believe
don't
it's
agree with it, but hey, the rules are the rules.
What?
You think this is my fault?
Yes.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely your fault.
All Meta's fault. Well.
For the amount that you hate it, you do spend an inordinate amount of time wearing it.
Yeah, because somehow people keep goading me into it. Wow, that sounded terrible. I sound like I'm gullible or something. Oh well, it's for charity. I have no shame left. I think what was so amusing about that is how just terribly bad acted that was by Brian. Like, he was genuinely laughing, but it just, the pointing and the ha 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 was, well, it was bad.
So I can actually claim that it was faster to leave it till Kind to pick up that slot seed anyway, because the twig was closer to it than the flower was.
Spud, please.
Frame perfect strats here. I probably saved like 6 frames then.
Also, I hope one of your regulars is keeping a Spud, please counter.
I'm sure at least all of them are. Oh, speaking of Spud, please, I don't have to go that way this time.
That's so perfect.
Oh god. I always run down there. Ah!
Spud, please.
Yes. You know, this is why people thought you and I were in a relationship, because you constantly behave like the naggy wife. Shots fired. Shots definitely fired. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Are you being strangled?
Do you know the difference between choking and strangulation? No, I have to keep my mouth shut. I must remain focused on the marathon.
You can do this. You got this.
Your girlfriend is saying,
Mr.
Spud and Meta, you, Spud, and Rini give me flexes at the disc change, and I'll donate to you being a human.
Okay.
I'll agree to this.
I don't know how to do the proper like back atlas flex.
I can teach you.
Yeah, okay, this is gonna
You're
be sweet.
Australian. You're teachable.
Okay.
You're not a Western Montana. They're
gonna
good at
resist.
mimicking. They're just not easy to teach.
I don't want to do like the normal one. That's boring. I've got to do the proper back atlas flex.
Oh, your usual. You have to do what I do.
Yeah.
Okay, that is doable.
Ah. This is a really weird like mini game that you got to do. You got to like place your torch next to his to like light it,
And the hitboxes are really wonky.
it's
I
really
remember you
weird.
telling me about that, where you're like, or it was you that was like, okay, so this one angle for whatever reason doesn't always respond, and I was like, I got it almost right away, but I did. I was like right there, and the game didn't get it. I'm like, what? And so I moved it like barely a pixel, and the game's like, oh, okay, now I'll auto.
Yeah, as I said, the hitboxes on this are really, really odd.
They are. They totally. No, I agree with you 110%.
I guess I'll show like a bit of an example of it, because this next chick that shows up is like, she will
She is the troll lady.
Yeah, she will put, sorry, not this one, but the next one. The girl, is that pink? I'm not sure.
Purple.
Purple, I'm colorblind, but yeah.
Yeah, it's okay, it's okay. That's why we're here.
Supporting commentators.
Well, you're here, I'm just here to be a jerk.
This is true.
Okay.
But you're not
I can
colorblind.
admit this.
But the first direction that you've got to press for this next person is down, and yeah, I'll just press down and not adjust, and you'll sort of see what I mean. It'll just sit there and do nothing, and like it's like right in the middle. It has like no directional obviousness at all. It's like right in the middle, so that's where you'd like default to, and you've got to adjust it up to there.
Wow, Spud, please.
Yeah, I pressed the wrong button there.
Dude, just the mask on that woman scares me.
Yeah, she's pretty creepy.
She is, dude. Like,
Why would you wear that to a funeral?
Well, that's the easy part. I mean, it's a funeral. You want to scare the little children and go, "Don't die, or I'm gonna see. You're gonna imagine this face in the afterlife." It's like you're scaring them. You're scaring the death out of them to death, and
You lost control
You
of that
lost it.
sentence,
Yeah,
didn't
I lost it. I got nothing.
Hey, can't you?
So we're finally about to get back into the action here.
Oh God, this is.
This part just drags.
Yeah, I've never liked this part because of like how slow it is. Like
The rest of this disc is go, 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 and then this
All
part.
of a sudden it just stops.
Well, part of the issue that I have with it is it's so, like, it makes sense, but it's so elongated and overdone as far as like, hey, you're gonna do this, now you're gonna do this as well, now you're gonna do this as well. And it's like, does this really have to be in the game?
For the speedrun, it's really really annoying because, like, yeah, as I said, it's like really full on up until this point, and then it just stops dead. But you know, it's a pretty crucial part of the story, so I can see why they did it. But it would have been nice if the fetch quest was put off to the side and made it so it was
I would say
optional.
if they minimized the fetch quest a little bit, and then the whole, okay, now light all this extra stuff. Like, it just felt, I don't know, I just didn't really like that part of it. I got the basis of what it was. It was just more of this. I just didn't like it.
No, that's fair enough. So there's only one boss left on this disc, called Obsidian Miasma, and it's probably the first boss that doesn't have a great deal of luck involved with it, but it is pretty complicated. So if I make any mistakes, I could possibly mess it up. But it's definitely the safest fight on this disc.
Which, considering this is the worst disc of the run.
Yeah. This and Disc 4 are both pretty bad. Disc 4 is more of a execution thing than a luck thing, but there is definitely some luck involved in there as well.
But it's not as bad.
Yeah, there's a lot of fancy menuing I've got to do on Disc 4 to get some glitches working, but we'll talk about those when we get up to it. Oh man, don't run into these guys very often. Pretty sure I'll equip these turntail shoes.
Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here.
So yeah, basically all the random encounters with about 2 exceptions possibly, I'll be running away from the rest of the game now. We're sort of, as I said, the next fight isn't too bad, it's just a little bit complicated. And after that we'll be getting Gamble for pretty much all the bosses that matter. And Gamble gets around
another form of luck.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like, you know, there's always a lot of RNG in these games, you know, a lot of luck required to get really good times, but this run takes it to the next level, making you know, your primary source of damage for a significant portion of the game completely random. Yes.
The gamble is on. I know of the gamble. And the gamble is strong.
The Gamble is definitely strong.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, we're getting Gamble pretty early on in Disc 2, and I'll explain exactly why it's so good in this run once I get there. That was surprisingly clean. It usually takes me like 4 goes to push that pillar. The hitboxes of like items and stuff in this are like really weird, and sometimes it just it's really hard to like cleanly, you know, push a pillar or something like that. You'll just like run around in front of it for like 10 seconds just trying to get the, you know, the prompt to let you push it to come up.
And then has to actually read your input for the prompt.
Yeah, exactly. Like you could be mashing the hell out of A and it just won't go. Alright, so there's no setup for this fight, but I will be doing a couple of things in the battle because it's, I don't know, I think it's a little bit faster. It's just something that's it's better just not to worry about it, just so you can do it in the fight. Alright, so, no, I don't need to change his equipment. We want to take our Tentacle C. That's also fine. As quickly as possible. And we're going to use our other power drink that we picked up. So that should be fine.
You guys will have to suffer later. That. I don't think it's a me hardening up. I don't want to have a blood on the side. Because somehow I would Pokemon would get to somehow. Like.
So just like what?
I didn't hear the start of that conversation.
Trust me, it's better.
Yeah, well, basically what I'm doing in this fight is I've got to take out Tentacle C because it's currently holding Cook. And I want to do that pretty quickly if I can, so...
Because if her HP depletes to 0, it's game over.
Exactly, and I sort of want to make it so that when she gets released, she's going to get healed straight away. So if I do this right, these 2 attacks should hopefully finish it off. Otherwise I might have to wait until next turn. I probably won't get it. No.
Nope.
Okay. But because Cook is still like the level that she was when we got her, you know, normally you would have done some fights along the way and leveled her up a few times. She's got like no HP at all, so we want to be able to get her out as soon as possible so that we can heal her and put a barricade on her. This fight has 2 phases as well, and something that's sort of interesting about this one is that your buffs actually carry over from one phase to the other, so with any luck, we should be able to keep all of our buffs for the second phase. Yeah, we'll do Zephyr. Now I'm getting Seth to attack the other tentacles because for some reason Tentacle C has, the one that's holding Cook has more useless crit. It has much higher defense than the other ones, and if Seth was to attack that one, she'd deal 1 damage. So I'm getting her to attack the other one, so she's at least doing something. Yeah, Cook is free now, and I queued up my Zephyr that's going to go after all of this stuff, just because it's a slow casting spell, and that'll mean that she'll come out and get immediately healed. sort of the trick to playing these like team turn-based games is that you've got to like have a good idea of what's going to come first in the turn order so that you can sort of manipulate that a little bit. This is where I'll put the apprentice earrings on that I picked up before. Now she can cast black magic. Normally she can only cast white magic. I've had some pretty decent luck so far. One of the shadow abilities, I can't remember what it's called, Obsidian Sire, was on the back row. So as a result of that, I haven't lost much GC.
But you haven't gotten to the worst part of the fight yet.
No, I haven't. So.
Have you been getting good perfects on your battles yet?
I was really early on, and now I'm not anymore.
Do I need to take over and show?
It's not important at the moment. It's like it helps a little bit, but it's going to be important at the start of the second disc.
Okay. My hands are ready. you have a little bit of time to work.
This might do it, but I think that last one's going to survive by like a tiny little bit. It's only ever about 50-50 for me. Yeah, the tank fight coming up is going to be a fair bit more important.
Also, boom!
Boom!
Headshot?
Yeah.
Yeah, the sound Cook makes when she casts a spell is awesome.
Dude.
Just had to pay a bit more attention.
No, it was beautiful. It was a crit and it was perfect.
Yeah.
I was just like, good job, Spud.
I was thinking, I think one of the, like if I hadn't had the Herculean ring on and that wasn't a crit, I don't think that would have killed that either, so that's why you upgrade that ring early on, because it's a pretty good chance it's going to save some time in the long run.
Right.
So here's where some serious RNG comes into this fight. We've got to hope that Mac here stays asleep.
We can only attack the boss once Mac's asleep, and we'll find out at the end of every turn whether or not he stays asleep. And if he doesn't, then we've just got to do nothing and cast sleep again until he stays asleep. Shadow is also pretty bad news, because he's probably going to get a Obsidian Sire before the next heal goes off.
Okay, he's still asleep. That's good.
Yeah, he's still asleep, so we can start doing some damage, but because I just got shadowed, I'm still going to heal with one person. If you get Obsidian Sire and then it heals up and you're at full health, then you can just go whole hog and just try and take this thing out, but just in case, we're going to be a bit careful. Again, this thing has about the same amount of defense as...
Tentacle C.
Yeah, so getting Seth to attack is pointless. She'll do 1 damage, so that's why I'm getting her to throw bombs. Looks like we got good Mac luck at least. He stayed asleep on the first turn, so this should finish it off, and that'll be the end of disc 1.
Can't skip it, Spud.
Can't skip that one. I remember like most of them, but just sometimes I have like a lapse and I just like see a cutscene and just immediately start mashing start. I can skip the next one.
That was still in combat, so...
It was, yes. Although it's weird, you know, you go to Armored Train, you can skip like the cutscene, like the battle cutscenes, which is pretty weird. And there we go. I'm definitely going to save it.
Yeah. 150 is not bad.
That's okay, considering there was a death in that.
And the cutscene.
Yeah, and the cutscene too, so that's not too bad at all.
The strongest cutscene. Wait, was that the end of the first disc?
Yep.
Oh. Okay.
Oh yes.
Okay, so
I've got like a microphone that I'm standing on. It's going to be weird.
set it down.
Set it down.
Just pull it off. Set it down. It's all good.
If we can find it.
Okay. So, in order to flex properly,
There we go.
what you do
We're getting the lesson
is
now.
you turn like your leg. You kind of have to be like on the side, and you turn your entire back, and you basically use your back. It looks kind of weird, and you have to have your head kind of turned up like this, and it's one motion. No, both arms like this.